So in light of a bunch of attacks that have recently happened in Australia, one in a shopping centre, a couple of subscribers have reached out and asked me what type of flashlight I would recommend for self-defense, and it might not, I guess, come out, sort of stick out to some of you as to why you would have a flashlight for self-defense in the first place, especially if you haven't been looking at them for quite some time. The flashlights these days produce a heap of lumen output. They've also some of these are capable of nearly half a kilometer range. Okay, so what that means is that it produces a very intense hotspot, a very intense beam that is able to basically blind someone for a few seconds temporarily while you make an escape. So it's really important, if you are going to buy a flashlight, that if you're getting it for self-defense, that you have one with this sort of feature. So I'm going to go through a few here that I would recommend, and these are ones that I keep on my desk all the time. I actually carry these probably most often out of all of my flashlights. So starting on the left, we've got the Fenix PD35R, and this is a tactical flashlight basically that allows you to access that turbo mode, so 1700 lumens with a single press. Okay, on the tail switch. Okay, it does have a second button there which allows you to use it for some other purposes, some lower modes. But as you can see, that beam, look at how intense that hotspot is in the center. You get a lot of flashlights that produce a wide beam, but that's not going to be very helpful for you if you need to shine that onto someone's face and blind them for a few seconds. I mean that's excellent. Okay, and you also got at least a minute or so of runtime on that high mode before it starts stepping down. So you do want it to last for at least a few seconds. And here we've got the Nextorch TA30C Max. Obviously this one is a bit larger, okay? The Fenix PD35R, that's going to fit in your pocket a little bit easier. So if you're thinking of carrying this, if you're carrying around a handbag or something like that, and if you're female, you're carrying around a handbag, this might be a little bit better for you. Same as if you maybe want to just chuck it into your pocket, in your jeans pocket, that's probably gonna be a lot more comfortable to carry around than the Nextorch TA30C Max. But in terms of the overall output and performance, this really outshines almost everything out here. It's extremely bright. As you can see, it's 3000 lumens, I believe. But you've also got this feature here where every time, you basically can't alter the function of this back button like you can on the Fenix. So half press always goes to turbo, full press to strobe. Okay, and that strobe can be very disorientating for someone if you're using it on them in an emergency situation, if you're being attacked. Not only that, it's also got a little bit of heft to it as well. So, you've got this sort of front part of the light as well, which is reinforced with titanium. So that's really going to stand up, take a good knock. And moving over next, I've got the Nextorch P23R. So this again is kind of a much more larger flashlight than the others that I have here on the table. It's not as large as the TA30C Max, but again, you've got a shortcut to turbo. Okay, 3000 lumens, and very high candela beam. Okay, which, as you can see there, big hotspot right in the center. That's going to cause a bit of disorientation. It's going to blind someone, especially when there's no light around you in the middle of the night. That's going to cause some problems to someone, which is good if you're being attacked. And here on the bezel, we've got 3 striking beads as well. Okay, this does get a little bit hot with extended use, but yeah, if you want something with a little bit more oomph, this is probably the one to get. The Fenix lights, they're definitely suitable. They're going to do the job, but just in terms of the lumen output on these ones, I mean, you're going to get almost twice the output on both of these larger flashlights. Fenix PD35, very similar to the PD35R. For me though, I think with the PD35, because it only has one switch on the back, there's less chance of you accidentally activating another mode. So I just have that on memory mode for the turbo setting, okay? And that way when I half press it, I can access turbo, full press it, I access turbo, and there's no confusion there, okay? Unless you obviously whack that button while you've got the light on. It's very unlikely though, so if you hold it like that, you're not gonna activate it. But that's a good option. And the budget option here is the Convoy S8. And funny enough, I carry this probably around with me most than any of the other lights. Okay, it doesn't have a charging port, it doesn't have anything fancy on it, but it's pretty cheap. In Australia, you could probably buy it for about 20, don't know, about maybe 20 bucks, 20, 25 bucks. So you'll have to get your own battery and battery charger, 18650 battery with it. Okay, it doesn't come with anything besides the light itself. It doesn't even come with a clip. Well, it actually does come with a clip. I just replace it with this one. But as you can see, this one, out of all the lights, because I've got a green LED in there, special Osram W3 LED, produces a very high candela green beam, which I find more disorientating, and when I know the human eye is more sensitive to green light as well. So this is a fantastic choice if you just want something small, fit in your pocket, produces a highly concentrated beam, and it's, you know, very affordable as well. Okay, so those are a bunch of tactical, you know, I wouldn't say not all of them are tactical, but I guess high candela flashlights that you could use for self-defense. And I've had a scenario once before where I've had someone just come up behind me from a car holding something, came up sort of running up behind me and wanted to, I don't know, just looked a bit dodgy, and I shone the light at him and he ran off. So yeah, they do work in those circumstances, and you know, sometimes when you're in a situation like that, you know, it's better to be safe than sorry. So if you have any questions, yeah, just let me know down in the comments. I'll get back to you, and I'll see you next time.